All right, in this video, we are going to compose translations. We're going to look at composition of transformations. So by definition, a transformation with what is a composition of transformations? The definition is a transformation with two or more rigid motions in which the second rigid motion is performed on the image of the first rigid motion. So here's what this notation looks like. So it's starting to get a little busier looking as we are kind of combining. We're making a composition of rigid motions here, of transformations. So this R is a reflection over line L. This T is a translation, and we're translating the X. We're going 2 to the left because that's a negative 2 for the X, and we're going up 5 because that's a positive 5 for the Y. So how do we go about making sense of this? So whatever the second transformation is, that's going to be step 1. You're going to do that transformation first. So we're going to translate triangle ABC two units left and 5 units up. All right, so when we do that first, so it seems weird that it's second in order, but it's the first transformation we do. So we take this transformation, which is a translating. When we do our move the triangle 2 units left and 5 units up, that results in triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. Step 2 is we are going to reflect that new triangle, triangle A prime, B prime, C prime. That new triangle is what we got when we did this translation. We're going to reflect that new triangle across the line L. So a composition, it's the reason why this is written first is we're going to do a reflection of this translated image of triangle ABC. Okay, so let's take a look at our first example. It says, in learning a new dance, Kyle moves from position A to position B. So he somehow is getting from A to B and then to position C. What single transformation describes Kyle's move from position A to position C? So we can see it as two separate ones. You know, I would say, oh, it looks like, well, actually, before we even do that, let's let 0, 0 represent point A, or not point A, position A. So all that does is it allows us to work with a coordinate plane right here. Now that I have a coordinate plane, I can kind of say I can go over or up. So to get to position B, I think that he went to the right 1, 2, and he went up 1, 2, and he landed at B. Then at B, I think he went to the right 1 and down 1. So what we're going to do is we're going to look at our first translation. So the translation from A to B. From A to B, we can see we go to the right 2. So to the right 2 would be a translation of positive 2 for the X. And then we're going up 2, so that would be a positive 2 for the Y of those coordinates X, Y, whatever X, Y we had there. So the translation from B to C is, let's see, from B to C, first think about your horizontal movement. We're going to the right one and then down one. So to the right one is going to be a positive one. We would add on to our x's and then subtract one for your y. So to the right one, down one of all of those ordered pairs. So those are the two translations separately, from A to B and then from B to C. So what we need to find is the composition of those. We want to find a new rule that would have us do this translation of this translated image of our starting spot. So we're going to find the translation of 1, -1. We get that little open circle. That's our symbol for, we're going to translate this next rule of x, y. Okay, so here's what we want to figure out. If we translate the image we got from this translation of the original xy points, that is going to give us our new composition of the translations. All right, so first, we're going to apply, remember we start with the second one, not we always, you guys haven't done this yet. So we're going to apply the transformation of 2, 2 of our ordered pair xy. What that looks like is we're going to have our x-coordinate plus 2, our y-coordinate plus 2. That's going to result in our new image. Next, we're going to apply the translation -1 or 1, -1. Oops, that's a 1, -1 to what we got from this translation. This is our result of that first translation when we went 2 to the right, 2 up, or up 2. So it's going to be of our x plus 2, y plus 2. Now to do that, what we're going to do, is we're going to take our coordinate x plus 2, and then we're going to add 1 to the y, because that's telling us to go one more spot to the right. Then we're going to take our y plus 2 spot position, and we're going to subtract 1, because that told us to take our image, and we're going to move it down 1. So in the end, we end up with x plus 2 plus 1 is x plus 3. And then y plus 2 minus 1 results in y plus 1. So our final rule that combines both of these, it's a translation, and our x-coordinate, we want to go 3 to the right, so positive 3. Our y-coordinate, we want to go up 1, so positive 1. So the translation of 3, 1 is a composition of those two translations that we saw. And we'll just say of, since we are looking at point A, of point A.